impressive when he went solo in 2011. The winner of the Subaru King of the Mountains classification, one of the local favourites, he was a hero of the day up the mountain, it is Reece Gillett. Reece, before you stand up, you've won this in under 23s. How's it compare in the elite race?
A few more times you have to go up. It's exponentially more painful each time, so a bit of a shock to the system, but no, it's good.
But what was the emotion like the last couple of laps, knowing you just had to finish to get the jersey, and I imagine you had a lot of support on that climb?
There was a lot of people shouting, and I had Pat Shaw and Matt Clark, who are my training friends here, so they were riding with me and sort of motivating me to get up the hill again. I didn't really want to get dropped behind. So.
I've got one more climb for you. Top step of the podium, smile for the cameras. Put your hands together for Reece Gillett, the winner of the Subaru King of the Mountains classification. And now the presentation for the Elite Men's Road Race National Championships. We're joined by Tracy Gaudry, who's the Vice President of the UCI, the Mayor, Councillor Josh Morris, the Mayor of the City of Ballarat, and Adrian Anderson, the CEO of Cycling Australia. To present the medals to our three place getters, it's Tracy Gaudry, the Vice President of the UCI. In third position and collecting the bronze medal, the only Australian to have won Paris-Nice from Tasmania in the sky colours, it is Richie Porte. In second position and collecting the silver medal, the only Australian to have done a lot of things. Significantly, the only Australian to have won the Elite Men's Road Race at the World Championships and to have won the Tour de France. It can only be one man. It is Cadel Evans! Now for the gold medal and the green and gold jersey of the Australian champion. This is the only Australian to have won a stage in all three Grand Tours. From Mansfield for the Orica Green Edge team, Simon Guerin! This could be the podium for a world title.
Could be, but it's not.
It says a lot about the class of Australian cycling.
No, I mean it does. Two big champions and you know, great crowd. It's good to see you know, cycling in Australia kicking goals. I mean, up on the hill today was, you know, like a tour stage. Is absolutely incredible.
And for the rest of the season, big ambitions at the perfect start. Put your hands together for Richie Porte. First time back at the Nationals since 2005. Fair reception for you, Cadel Evans.
Oh, thank you. Everyone was very, very welcoming to me today, and that creates a beautiful ambience. And congratulations to Ballarat. Thanks for putting on the good weather as well. It's yeah, made for a great day, and I think what to me was, from what I saw, pretty exciting racing.
Can you believe how far Australian cycling has come in the space of your career?
It's what can I say? It's progressed quite a bit. It's no, it's you know, we have a World Tour team here controlling the group, and a very good World Tour team. Won the win stages at the Tour, or team time trials at the Tour, obviously from there, and also now the Continental teams coming through. I think that's the big area of growth, and hopefully where there'll be big growth in the future, which just gives a lot of people like under 23s and younger riders more opportunities and so on. And I think we've got you know, still a lot more to give to cycling, a lot more progress to make yet.
Fair to say there's only one Cadel Evans. How does the green and gold feel for the second time around?
Oh, fantastic. It's just such a huge honour to have this green and gold jersey for the next 12 months. Australia is such a dominant force on the world stage, so the Australian champion is a jersey that's really well respected overseas, and I'm just so happy to finish off some fantastic work from all my Oroki Green Edge teammates today.
Does it add to it, having these two guys either side of you on the podium?
Oh, without question. When you look at the depth of the field here today, and you look at these two guys standing by my side, this could be any race anywhere around the world, and so it's such it really shows the strength of Australian cycling now.
I could hear a little bit of the conversation that was happening out there, and I heard you say to Cam Meyer, work with them, as he was getting caught. It sounded as though there was no doubt in your mind that you could win the sprint.
Oh yeah, I was pretty confident coming into the group, coming to the finish with these guys, but it really shows the commitment of my team out there today. Cameron did work his butt off in the last few kilometres, and he really committed to me there, so I can't really thank him enough for his work. But you saw the way my whole team rode out there today. The plan at the beginning of the day was if it was all remotely close coming in to ride for me in the last lap, and it paid off, so I'm thrilled.
I think it's fair to say it's a fairly popular win. You gave the yellow jersey away at the front. It looked as if you were trying to give it away to Cameron Meyer today, but you get to wear the green and gold for another season. Ladies and gentlemen, the Australian champion, Simon Gerrans.
The comment was made up there, it's a dream national title, but I imagine for you and Cadel it's mission accomplished very much as well.
Yeah, I mean, especially for myself, had a bit longer off-season than I thought, and I've worked hard the last few weeks, but yeah, happy to be on the podium, and you know, full credit to Simon. I think when he attacked on the last climb, he showed that he was head and shoulders the strongest rider in the race.
Did you think you had a chance going into the last sprint? You said he kicked like a mule. Did you give yourself a chance, or did you sort of know that it was going to be Garro?
No, look, I think you know, if I had the legs, I would have gone a little bit earlier. But you know, when you see that, I think, you know, obviously you give yourself a chance. That's why you race. But I mean, he's certainly in some great form, and I think, you know, going into Tour Down Under, he's in a, you know, great position, and you know, it's. We've got another week and a bit before that, so you know, a little bit of time now to go back and try and sharpen up.
Yeah, and for you, just you must, going into Tour Down Under, you'll have a team around you which you didn't have here. You must go in with a great deal of confidence as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. That's just how it is. I mean, Green Edge, full credit to them. I mean, Drapac took it to them and they didn't panic at all. So, you know, I think at the end of the day they deserved the win and they got it.
This is the sort of racing we're seeing in January matches. It shouldn't be a big year.
Yeah, I think it is, and you know, obviously Cadel and myself targeting the Giro, it's not such a bad thing to not be at the top of your game just yet, but still we're in some good form, and you know, it's an exciting season ahead. How
hard was it being isolated? You know, just to give us your perspective on, you know, you only had Nathan there. How hard a race? How extra difficult was it for you in that circumstance?
I mean, it'd be nice to have more teammates, but I mean, at the end of the day, somebody's always going to chase somewhere, and you know, I think it's full, you know, it's great to come back and ride and see the NRS teams take it up. I think, you know, it's not it's not too long now until we see a lot of guys being signed from Australia, because it is such a good competitive field. There's some strong guys out there that, you know, riding NRS that don't have contracts, and I think, you know, some of them deserve it because you know, they're much better than the guys riding around in Europe.
As a rider, I mean, you know, you're engrossed in the race itself, but do you get a kick out of that podium?
Yeah, of course, but also you get a kick out of going up the climb. I mean, it's like a festival atmosphere up there, and you know, it's just great. You know, so many people out, you know, supporting Cadell and Garrow, and also myself. You know, it's just absolutely brilliant.
Special first time round, and to do it like that in front of this sort of crowd and that company, pretty big win.
Yeah, it certainly was, Reece. It's just it's a huge honour to be crowned Australian champion for the next 12 months, and I guess it shows the depth that we have in Australian cycling when I've got Richie Port and Cal Evans standing at my sides on the podium there. But really, when it comes to it, I can't thank my Orica Green Edge teammates enough for today. The plan was always to try and have it together for me in the last lap if the race was anyway under threat. And the guys committed to that. They brought it back together for me, and then we saw Cameron Meyer work tirelessly for me on the last lap there and make sure it was all together in that little group in the front, so I could try and win in a small sprint.
The race, as you say, the race panned out how Whitey would have told it to you last night in the end. Was there any other point in the race where you guys were getting worried about the situation, or did you think you always had it where you needed it?
We pretty much, I think we had fairly well under control of the race most of the day. To have Simon Clark and Luke Durbridge and also Mitch Docker in the front in that breakaway, they are three of our stronger riders. So we were confident if that break was going to go all the way that those guys could finish it off. When it sort of got a little close there inside the last 3 laps, then we went back to our original plan and brought it back together for me.
That late kick, that really has become a trademark for you, hasn't it? Whenever you win these big, whether it's a one-day race or just a day of a stage race. You know, is it nice to have that up your sleeve, that kick at the end? Yeah,
very nice. And that's something, you know, that's something I work hard on. But it's really good, you know, you come into the group to finish with a small group like that, to have a little sprint up my sleeve always comes in very handy.
What do you think about the course here at Buninyong?
This is a course that works quite well for me. I quite like this circuit. I think it's a really honest circuit. And like when you see the guys, you see the podium today, I think you think you know, the guys that all three of us, you know, we're competitive on the world scale, so on the world stage. So yeah, I think it's a pretty honest circuit, and I think it's a great championship circuit.
And we always love you guys to compare where a win rates in your career, but I'm just wondering, as a winner of Milan San Remo, winner of stages in all 3 Grand Tours, you worn the yellow in the Tour de France, but just from a local perspective, to stand on the podium and at the top of the podium with those 2 guys, I would think it's a pretty special moment for you.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a very special moment. I'm not going to rank this win and compare it to any of my others. Every single win is special in its own way, but to win in front of an Australian crowd like this for our Australian World Tour team obviously is very, very special.
What about Tour Down Under, Sol? What are your ambitions when you go there? Obviously you're going to be at the pointy end.
Yeah, the plan is to go to Tour and Under with a focus on the overall. Today was a little bit of a test for me. I haven't raced a road race since early September, so I knew I'd done all the hard work in training, but I didn't really know where my form was at, and I'm obviously really pleased with where it's at the end of today.
And the team as well, with the rides of guys today, you know, especially Simon, he was going berserk at the front several times there, and Cam, etc., good signs for the team organisation.
Oh, without doubt. We knew we didn't have the largest team on the line there today, but we knew we didn't have many weak links in our team, and that really showed the strength with how many guys we had there coming into lap to go. What the guys did out there in the early move, that shows the depth we have in Orica Green Edge these days.